I can't prove it either way. So I know one thing, I'm better off believing there's more than less. Like, why fight over it? Why waste my time trying to figure it out?
Hey, Dave.
Good to see you.
How's that going?
Great.
Everything okay?
Yeah, really good.
Great.
Special visitor for our meetup.
Hello,
Bernard.
how are you doing?
Scott's here to
Pleasure.
be with you.
American NBA Hall of Famer.
One of the biggest questions I get online is, what's my purpose? I'll tell you what your purpose is to learn as many lessons as you can. Because that's all life's about, is lessons. There's no great quandary about your purpose. Your purpose is simply to learn as many lessons as you can, and the lessons will keep coming, right? And we put conditions and judgments on the lessons, we put qualifications on the lessons as good or bad, or you don't know. They're just lessons. All lessons to me are miracles. They're not mistakes, right? You have a simple choice, and I learned this lesson, it was a big mistake. Was it? No, it was a miracle. And so, why do the same lessons keep coming, right? This is the continuation of the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. I believe that the reasons the lessons keep coming, the same lessons keep coming, so you keep dating the same guy, and you tell yourself, I'm not gonna date that guy again, and then you end up dating the exact same guy, he just looks different. It's because you haven't learned the lesson. So you can stop the cycle of the same things happening simply at a conscious level, learning the lesson, putting that lesson to practice every day into your neural pathways, and then it'll deactivate the DNA and shift your energy so those lessons won't be attracted to you anymore. There won't be an existence anymore because we live here, right, at this vibration. In order to do so, you have to understand those lessons, two things about lessons. Lessons are, right, besides being miracles, will keep coming. If they keep coming the same lesson, you got to change and learn from it, right? That's the only lesson that you've learned. Moreover, every lesson that you've learned in your entire lifetime, you're going to forget at one time or another. So don't beat yourself up about it, right? We're so hard on ourselves that we create resistance, shortages, voids, and obstacles that although we may be rooting for everybody else, we're not rooting for ourselves. So instead of saying make it, make it, make it, make it, we say make it, make it, make it, miss it. Right? They can, I can't. I hear it all the time. Why them, why not me? You're just creating resistance, voids, and shortages. It's really simple when you know that there's lessons that we're doing, and that I'm gonna forget every single lesson that I've learned. Here's the cool part about it. Where do we get empowerment from that? Simply that you have the capability to remember every single lesson and other lessons that you never learned anytime. Everybody has that capability of remembering the lesson. These simple facts can help you change your entire life. And so what is it, if we understand money's the currency of this vibration, we live here in the present now, it'll never be any better or never any worse. We just live here. But more importantly, beyond that, there's a second currency that's much more powerful. And the conflict that we create ourselves is that there's an ethereal world that we don't understand fully. It has infinite time, infinite resources, abundance. I call it the world of more than enough. And we can live in both worlds, right? The one world exists in our subconscious and unconscious, and we try to transcode it down to a conscious living to accelerate what we're doing or raise our awareness of everything that's here. That's from there. And it's really hard to understand. So what I believe is the trick to it is understand what the currency of the realm is, right? What's the currency of the bigger picture? What's the currency of the higher vibration of infinity, right? First of all, we live here, so you have to make one simple decision. Is this it, or is there more? Right? People ask me, like, how do you believe in past lives, or how do you believe that there's life after death? Why do you believe that? For me, it's real simple. I can't prove it either way, so I know one thing, I'm better off believing there's more than less. Like, why fight over it? Why waste my time trying to figure it out?
Hey, Dave.
Good to see you.
How's that going?
Great.
Everything okay?
Yeah, really good.
Great.
Special visitor for our meetup.
Hello,
Bernard.
how are you doing?
Scott's here to be with you.
American NBA Hall of Famer. I got it. Work hard.
That's right. Yeah. And so Bernard's one of my mentors, and I love sports and blessed to run a big sports agency because I learned so many of these lessons, because you don't become the world's best at something without learning more lessons than other people. And the real benefit of Bernard isn't just that he was an extraordinary basketball player, it's actually what he did to become that player and then to re-become that player, because he had an injury that they told him he'll never play again, and was the first person, not like Adrian Peterson, where he had doctors that were like, how fast are you going to get back from the unhappy triad that blew out your knee? It was like, you literally are never going to play again. And he's the one who I started exploring. There's more than just this pragmatic world. There's a world of belief. And so what's the currency of the world of belief, which Bernard helped me understand. So we live in this vibration, we live here and now, and we have to be pragmatic that money is the currency of this vibration. If you shop for the right things with your money, you could be happy at this vibration. And you learn from everything you buy, but money's super important, in my opinion. But there's something more out there, the world of infinity. The reason I choose that, I believe that this isn't just my only life, that this isn't everything that I see. And that's what I call faith, right? I call it faith. And what's faith to me? It's the aggregate of what you think, what you say, what you do, action, what you believe, which is the subconscious neural pathways that are formed that relate to your body. So what we think, say, and do is done through our five senses. It's inputted. If we do it every day, if we do what we think, say, and believe every day, it's in our neural cellular memory, in our physical being. That's what goes to our brain. If we do it every day, it creates actual paths in our brain that make it a habit or a discipline or a belief, right? Then beyond that, there's the unconscious, right, which is your personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, and addictions, which have a genetic code to it. So now we've inherited a lot of those personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, and addictions from at least 4 generations, if not, if you believe like me, lifetimes before. And then you have an energy that's created from that genetic, from that DNA. And you attract with that energy. So what we think, say, do, and believe are the actions. Then, right, we believe it. That's an aggregate. Then it's the DNA and the energy we carry. That aggregate is your faith. So it's so important not just to think, say, do everything that you want, but you have to believe it, and then you have to be aware of what my own personality traits are and my energy that I'm putting out. So how does this all equate back to the purpose of life? Purpose of life is to learn lessons. If I keep getting the same lessons, that means I haven't learned the lesson, and I'm attracting it back to me. So how do we change it, right? We ask for help. So the whole core of what I teach people is, number one, be productive, right? Be as much value as you can. And then also ask people, do you know anyone that could help me?